The Central Municipal Archive wasn't just a building. It was a tomb built of forgotten paper. I was the night archivist. 93 miles of steel shelves, silent and absolute. Every night was the same. The smell of dust and old adhesive. The distant hum of the HVAC. Tonight, my job was simple. Locate box 719. Catalog Series K. It was down in sub-level 4, the deep vaults. Nobody went to sub-level 4. They said the air was bad, the pressure too heavy. They were right. I took the service elevator down. The descent felt endless, the air growing thick and cold as the steel box groaned its way into the forgotten dark. When the doors finally hissed open, I stepped out onto concrete where the shadows felt physically heavy. The light down here was pale and sporadic, but I had to use my flashlight. I started down the narrow aisle marked K. Everything was silent, but for the rhythmic shudder, like clicking that seemed to echo off the distant walls. It wasn't mechanical. It sounded like something tapping a dry fingernail. I found the location, a stretch of shelves designated K700 to K799. Box 719 was exactly where the manifest said it should be, and it was different from the others. While the rest were sturdy gray acid-free boxes, this one was made of brittle, dark-stained wood, secured with a tarnished brass latch. The paper label was missing, replaced by a single handwritten word in faded black ink, memento. I pulled it down. The wood scraping against the shelf was lighter than it looked. As I set it on the ground to open the latch, the tapping stopped. The silence was instant and total. The silence itself felt like a scream. I fumbled with the clasp. It sprung open with a metallic ping. I aimed my light inside. The box was empty. Completely, absolutely bare wood inside. I frowned, checking the inventory again. Box 719 must contain something. An empty box wouldn't be cataloged. I looked up. In the far distance of the aisle, where my flashlight beam finally faded into the oppressive black, I saw a shape. It was standing perfectly still, tall, gaunt, draped in what looked like an old, tattered wool coat. It was holding something. I shouted, "Hey, who's down here?" The figure didn't move, didn't speak. But slowly, deliberately, it raised the object it was holding. It was a small, dark-stained wooden box, secured with a tarnished brass latch. It looked exactly like the one I had just set down. My blood turned to ice. I glanced down at my feet. The box was still there, open and empty. I looked back up. The figure was still standing in the shadow, holding its identical wooden box. Then, with excruciating slowness, it opened the latch. It tipped the box forward. A single item fell out onto the concrete floor of the deep vaults. My breath caught in my throat. I couldn't move. The clicking started again, only this time it wasn't echoing off the walls. It was right in front of me. I crept forward, my hands trembling, forcing myself to look at what had fallen from the figure's identical box. It was a small, desiccated human hand. And as my eyes focused on the detail, the truth hit me with a physical blow that buckled my knees. The hand lying on the cold concrete was severed at the wrist. Its fingers were curled inward, stiffened into a skeletal clutch, and secured tightly in the bony palm, the way one holds a beloved treasure, was the key to the Central Municipal Archives, sub-level for deep vaults. The clicking sound I heard was the wind rattling the bare bones of the hand, because the hand was my own.